Hello, Ernie.
Sorry, hold on. I gotta turn on some stuff.
Oh, you're good. There we go. Hey.
All right, here we go.
Oh, not too bad. It's been an eventful kind of couple of days, to say the least. Eventful week almost, but how are you doing, good man?
Um, Doing all right, I
Yeah.
suppose. Yeah, we're a little, you know, although we made it, on this Area 51 number two, we made it. I'm still like too close, like I'm like we
Mm,
need some more people to freaking hang on. So we'll see if we can't finish strong.
hell
Uh,
yeah.
and then I'm just waiting on other things, doing contracts for something that I can't mention because sometimes everything goes wrong in the contracts. It's like,
Yeah.
everything is far harder than it should be.
Yes. Yes. And you're the perfect guy to talk to about this because recently I've had conversations with people about like the entertainment industry in general, and it feels like it just became really a lot more tougher the past like 2, 3 years.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's like kind of imploding.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. It even like podcasting itself. Like I had like where we met, the Comic Chronicle
Oh,
podcast back when. Ooh.
no, nothing. My microphone is now in a better position.
Oh, okay. That works out too. But yeah, like it's podcasting world is because it's blown up, Twitch streaming, like just working in as a writer. I don't know. That seems like hell. It was a hell back. It wasn't hell, but it was tough to hustle around every day as a writer back when I was doing like script supervisions, even like whatever it might be, like anything possible for a gig. And now it just feels like it's just so much more and more difficult. Do you think it's because like there's so many more people there now doing in the entertainment business, or just the rules? There's like so much more now.
Well, it's the combo. It's been going downhill since the strikes, and
Mm,
now the studios are really doubling down and trying to get into AI, but
uh,
they don't really know what to do with it, but they want it to get rid of people pretty much to lower their costs. And so we're gonna get like a lot of crappy product. We're gonna get a lot of it, but it's
yeah,
gonna be like very average, until people really come up with it and learn how to use it as opposed to replace everything. Because what's the fun of doing something if you're going to do it in your basement and have the premiere online and never
yeah,
meet anybody?
yeah,
Like,
exactly.
what's the point?
Oh,
You've just
exactly.
replaced all the fun out of Hollywood. So,
Yeah.
like, I mean, and I don't think there's money then,
No,
like
no.
they're paying you a lot less.
Yeah, they will. It's pay you.
Than
It's
they
a
will.
whole.
And then they want all your stuff too. So
Yeah.
so it is it's a little depressing, but there's still pockets, and I just don't know what it's going to be in 20 years, but I won't be around for that.
Oh,
So
you'll be around. Come on,
I
you're
mean,
not that
I'll be
old, Ernie.
around, but I probably won't be working in it,
You'll be looking from afar. You'll be living in your log cabin. You're like, all right, I'm
A-
turning in my script for the day, and that's about it.
Actually, I've always said I was going to die at the keyboard or something because
Oh,
it's my writing is my favorite thing to do. So if I just retired, people do their hobbies and what their favorite thing is, I would just be doing the same thing. So
yeah.
I can always do something, like
Yes.
either work with an artist and do a comic or do a book by myself. So I can do that.
Perfect.
And if I can still go out and talk to people on Zoom, I could probably get jobs.
Yeah,
So
we've proven that does work now. We've proven
Uh,
that does work.
yes, your generation did do that. But again, going in every day, there's like nothing that replaces that to go out to
No.
lunch with somebody and meet them face to face, and then
Yep.
strike up a friendship. And that's the easiest way to get more jobs is, hey man, now I'm in charge of something and I want you,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you don't get
I
that or hardly. It's really hard. It's hard to replace, even if you have a zillion Zoom meetings. I mean, I have a great relationship with Josh, and I've only met him twice. When I met him, And then for like last year's San Diego Comic Con 3 times. Then WonderCon, then Comic Con, where we hung out for like 2, 3 days together.
Mhm.
But because he lives in Arizona and I live here in LA.
That's right, Josh does.
But but yeah, we do have like very regular meetings
Yeah.
that last for hours that kind of does that, shooting the shit over lunch or whatever.
Mhm.
But it was a lot slower,
Yeah.
like
I think we probably talked about it last time you're on because we talked like the comic very end and writing and stuff like that too. But like, I think we talked about it vaguely was I miss doing those meetings at a Starbucks. Like just showing up at a or any coffee shop. I liked going to family-owned ones. Those are nice. We had a lemonade one here in Arizona we went to before they closed up. It was a 90s themed lemonade arcade kind of spot. And so we just went there and we'd go over scripts. Me and the producers I worked with for a limited amount of time. We would do that. And I miss that. I miss still going to a coffee shop and like talking over a script or like talking over what do they need for a production standpoint for a costume, what for an acting, like, oh, okay, like I've never met you but we're meeting here. Let's share notes and let's share what's going on. What can you bring to the table? Or even the ones in studio, like those ones are kind of scary as doing it as an actor though. But the like just being able to be there though, and being able to
yeah,
share that camaraderie is just chef's kiss, chef's kiss.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I couldn't
Well,
imagine doing it only. I couldn't imagine for an actor because there's a lot of stuff that you bring into a room, your own like
yes.
electricity that
Hmm.
makes it a lot easier. That just I don't think it comes through.
It's tough. It's real doing a self audition. I think doing those when I was doing acting for a little bit of time there, like on
Or tape,
camera.
right?
Yeah, the self-taping ones, it was a little bit of stress. Just a little bit, although the best one I always like to say is, you know what, somehow I'm the luckiest, unluckiest guy around because I did a self-tape audition for a World War II movie and it was going to film in 2020 in March in China.
Ah,
So
wow.
I think I got like lucky. They're like, oh, it was like I think December. I got a call back, and the agency said, oh, you didn't get it and such. I'm like, damn it! And it was like 4 months later. I'm like, oh, I wouldn't be here today.
Ah, well,
Ugh,
maybe, right?
maybe who knows on that one. But besides the point there on that, you're here because you reached out and you wanted to talk about issue 2. And by the way, I have it here. Come
Oh,
on, issue 1. Issue 1, reread it again, Ernie, and it's just brilliant, by the way. You didn't disappoint. When I got it in my hands after we were done talking, I just like, this is everything we talked about and more. Like, this is awesome. Area 51
thank you.
Studios.
Thank you.
Yeah, issue 2. What do you want to talk about it? What do you want to dive and give to the
Is this
public and
the is
such?
the so you're gonna edit this? Is this the show?
Yeah, it's just our conversations. You know that.
Oh, okay. I forget sometimes. I'm like a dory fish. We met
You
like
do so
three
much.
months ago.
You're out
Yeah.
there a lot, and
Yeah.
everyone does a different version of a show. This is the one where I'm just like, do what
Cool.
just do whatever. We just have those conversations, you know?
Oh, yeah, okay. Well, all right. So Area 51 Studios, basically everything you know about Area 51 is wrong. It's actually a studio where aliens come and shoot galactic reality TV and documentaries and
Yeah.
movies and stuff like that. If I were to do the Hollywood pitch of it, it is Seth Rogen's The Studio, or for older people, the Larry Sanders Show meets Men in Black.
Yes.
And so in issue 1, he was getting his cast together and he got his spot. And we kind of ended right as the show started. And in issue 2, we get to see some of the show, and it's basically bigger. We expand the world. There's more aliens, there's more worlds,
Mhm.
and there's more kind of Hollywood backstabbing between ZB and his frenemy other producers. So
Yes.
it's that inside baseball stuff that I really like about Hollywood, where you just shake your head and like, oh, that happened.
Yeah.
Except the alien version, which
Sure.
kind of makes it funnier to me.
It does. It does. All right. I wanted to just cover it right then and there so people know like what we're about to be talking about. But now back to it. I related so damn hard to this comic with that, Ernie. You have no idea. I'm reading it just like, oh yeah, yes, like yeah. It felt like working on studios again on set. Like it felt like talking to producers. A friend of
Yeah.
mine was a producer, and I wasn't with him on every project. Which it's good he didn't play to the friends and whatnot. But
Yeah.
it was still like I would be in those kind of like hanging out with him, and he'd be like, "Hold on, take a call here," and he'd be taking the call right then and there. I'm like, "I'm barbecuing. How do you want your burger, buddy?" Like it would be that sort of thing.
Right.
Like it felt like it felt really much like that, and the alien version made it so much digestible too because it felt really nice, and I was like, "Damn, Ernie's really got it, hands down."
I'm hoping. I am hoping.
Yeah.
So yeah,
We.
I mean, we've made it.
Mhm.
We are funded, so you definitely are going to see issue number two.
Yes.
And I sent you in the chat. We've created a special lore pod 20% off.
Is that what that was? I thought that was a whole. I thought my Zoom was glitching. I'm like, what the hell is that?
Yeah.
Really now?
So like if you've gotten if you heard the first one and you signed on and you backed number one, you only need number two. That one's under the comic, right? Use this link, and then if you've never heard of it before, there's a catch up where you can get one and two, the print issues for one and two, basically, and it's 20% off around,
Wow.
and 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 yeah, so if you want the printed comic, if you sign up and follow the project for the next time, then you will be able to uh, like what we did this time was offer a discount on all of the tiers. This is two tiers. It's the print number two and the print one and two catch up.
Oh,
Uh, but we had the first day all of the tiers were discounted so by
wow.
20%. So if you wanted like the collector's bundle with all the variant covers, you could have got everything and saved a bunch of money, including the draw me in. The draw
Yes.
me in went from 250 to 200, and three of those got snapped up.
That's
And then
amazing. That
yeah,
is.
the odd thing was um we had some repeat customers for the draw me-ins. They're like, yeah, could you
Oh,
like make me a little bit more of a character? I'm thinking about going for number three. I'm like, yes, all right, we'll give you like a little through line. But Josh and I didn't know that when it goes back to regular, that those three spots come back up. So now we might be
oh,
on the hook. We've already like somebody else bought one
yeah.
and there's two more. So now it was like hard fitting four in the first time because we didn't have like the pages, and
Oh
now there
no.
might be six, and we were like, oh, so
What
like
group scene do we have? Quickly.
yeah, I'm
Where's
like,
where's there a lot of
oh,
people?
shit. Well, we want to give people like a good experience. So we try and
Yeah.
put them like they're either the main background character, like between our two people talking.
Yeah.
So they're very well viewed, or they actually talk with one of our characters going down a hallway or
I
something.
caught that one in issue one. Yeah, that was a good one. I'm like, that's a drawing character. And I like that.
Yeah.
I was smiling. I'm like, oh, that's cool. But thank you, by the way, for the 20% off. So yeah, everybody like that's listening right now, this is for listeners. Like
Yeah.
use that. Like use that right then and there. And I copied it, so I'm gonna make sure I put that in there for later for sure. And that is amazing, Ernie. Thank you so much. Like people listening to the show, they've enjoyed our talks. They enjoy the book. I've reached out. I don't know if it's blasphemous or not, but I've let people read my issue number one, and I'm
Okay.
like, hey, you got to read this one, and everyone's come back to me and said this is amazing, and that's no bullshit. I don't bullshit on the show.
I need it dispersed as far as it
Yeah,
can be. Like I just
yeah.
need people to know of Area 51 Studios. So
I took it to
passing
the zoo
around the
work with
copy
me.
is totally fine. I'll hope one day that somebody will want a print copy. That's what we're going to. It was based off of a novella of mine. So I've divided the novella into four issues. So I'm writing issue number three right now. Two's basically drawn, except for the draw me in characters, and we're doing some stuff. Um, and yeah, so we're gonna put those into a trade paperback. and it'll be
Yes,
like
yeah.
100 pages with a bunch of extra stuff, and maybe we'll put in an extra like 10, 12 page story.
Mm,
So in addition to going through the entire thing and kind of bumping up like, you know what, I want to change this line, he should say this. um then we're gonna so we're gonna he's gonna zhuzh the art a little bit, and I'm gonna maybe boost up,
mm,
give myself a little rewrite, but also we want to put in something that isn't in first 4 issues, 10 or 12
mm.
pages, and it'll be a ton of extras, a ton of process stuff. If you want to see Josh's original character designs and stuff like that, you can in the the digital
Mm.
deluxe package, which is, a lot of the digital stuff is very cheap, and we keep it that way
Yeah.
because we want people to, check it out. But if you're one of the type of the people that go, you know what, I'm going to wait because I don't want them to get to 3 issues and then not finish this story arc. Well, guess what? You can already have um you can have the novella. You can find out how it ends if you want.
Aw. I
So,
saw that and I'm like, I don't know if I want to spoil it. I really want to just kind of go with it. It's that like temptation of fate. You're like, it's
no,
there.
but yeah, but the thing is, so yes, it's going toward those same places in large, but it's very different. The comic, I can't get the granular detail of all the little details that I mentioned because that would be boring in the comic, but in the novella I can.
Mm,
But the comic also, since Josh is on it, he's throwing lines in and stuff. And when I see a good character design, that might only be one time appearance, one line in the novella. Now suddenly he's a much more major character in the comic book. Um, I'm like, that's fine for me.
mm,
I'm fine with it changing. I want there to be these like different versions so that if you read it, it's like not exactly the same. They're like, oh, this is some extra stuff in here, or
mm.
it's different the way they did it in the um in the comic book than in the novella. They
Basically
did,
almost
yeah,
like an extended version of a movie. It's like, hey, here's an extended director's cut. And it's like, here's what we wanted to do more of, and here's more detailed, more fleshed out. I hate to say Snyder cut of it all, like a 4 hour long thing. Like, you have that, like, that's going to trigger a lot of people with that
well,
name. But,
in some cases, I think what I have, because I was able to go back and forth with Josh so much, is better in the comic. Some of the
mm.
enders,
And you don't
some of
often
the like
hear that, by the way.
like
I
like
got to
the
point that out.
issue enders. Yeah, but I'm fine with that because I've
Yeah.
written both. Like I have books. I was going to do my book series, Shark Wars,
Yeah.
for Netflix, and it was like really different. It was really different, and I was fine with that. I like that they're different, and people can go, oh yeah, this is of that for sure,
Mhm.
but it's different, and I don't know what's going to happen. Different characters died, stuff like that, so
I like that.
I like that. I don't want to see the exact thing. I read the comic for the Watchmen, and if I know everything that's coming in a version, I'm like, well, it's fun to see a move. It's fun to see actors in this, in the costumes,
Yeah.
but I know it takes away from not knowing what's going to happen next.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
So,
something, it's that suspense, right? It's that, like,
right.
I think we talked about it last time too, but I will put it out there till the day turns night or whatever. Like, there's just it's just something about like not knowing what's going to happen next. Like, the familiarity is there. So you're
Exactly.
able to go in there. You're able to be let in, and your brain is like, all right, I'm hooked into this, but I want to know more, but I don't know what's going to happen. Yeah.
See,
It's,
like with Game of Thrones, right?
oh, yeah.
They got some of the great moments, right? Like I
Mm.
was like, oh, are they going to do the red wedding? And then they do it. And I'm like, oh my God, it's even more horrible than I remembered from the book.
Yeah.
Or you're like, oh, I know that Hodor thing,
Yeah.
right? That's coming. But then there's other ones where it was different, like where she goes nuts at the end. And I'm like, oh, I didn't know well, they outstripped the books.
Yeah.
So we didn't know. But I bet you anything that that was probably the way he was going. But when he saw the reaction, he's like, I am gonna freaking think of another
Oh, oh
ending.
yeah.
Like
He's reading it like, oh
I
no.
do not think that is happening. Like if that was just those guys going, yeah, this is the way we should go, and he's just
Uh,
going, yeah, you guys do that. Let's see
yeah,
what
I had
works
no
out. I
idea.
don't think that would have happened. I think they would have, but what do I know?
It's
I
I'm
love
ready
that
to
show.
I can blow your brain on Game of Thrones here for a second.
Oh, go.
Someone sent me a link and they were talking about it not too long ago. Did you know they made a comic book series for Game of Thrones based more on the book?
I did, but
Really?
I've never seen it. I've
Oh,
never
it's
seen it.
it's
Yeah.
good. The book is I've read a couple issues online. It's really good. Like Ernie, they even give Tyrion like his scar face that he's supposed to have in the books.
Like with half a nose and
Oh
stuff,
yeah,
right?
that
It
looks
looks
like nothing's
horrible.
there. Yeah, he looks like Red Skull, but like with like a
Ooh,
spray on job. Like it is. Yeah, it's
whoa.
and the mom. Oh, what's her face? Stark. I'm drawing a blank on her name.
Cersei Lannister, or
No, the not the Mother Dragon.
the Mother Stark.
Mother
Uh,
Stark, yeah, because like she
oh,
comes
right,
back from the dead, and they
right. She's
show that in there.
the mute woman
Yes,
that kills all the
yeah,
people. Yeah,
that's
I was
terrifying.
wondering, man, they just dropped her. They didn't have enough time for
Oh,
that. They dropped the
crime,
wolves.
crime against
They
humanity.
dropped the
They
wolves,
did.
right? I
Yep.
mean, they invented, I think, Brianna of Tarth, right?
I think so. I
Yeah,
think so. Yeah, I haven't thought about Game of Thrones in a while till you brought it up for the
yeah.
analogy. I'm like, wait a minute here. Like,
But I thought that was great.
yeah, yeah,
I
it's
really
good.
enjoy the books when they finally come out. I hear it's going to be a three issue ender
Mm.
at some point. Like when it comes out, I will be happily, but I'm not waiting anymore.
No.
Just like you tell me, someone will tell me, I'll see online that it's finally out, and I'll get it.
Yeah, yeah,
But I'm not going to be like, oh yeah, there's another date, because you got me a couple of times now,
yeah.
couple, three, four, seven times that it was going to be out. I
Do
ain't waiting
oh
anymore.
no, you can't believe a single date on that. It'd be like, this is coming, I
Dude.
swear. Well, they said the same about Blade, but here I am. All right. Like, what do we
Yeah.
do? The best thing for that would be a ghost launch, like they did with that recent Oblivion remastered video game, where they just like, hey, here it is, a day beforehand. Like,
What?
what? Like, that's just do that. I think that's the best way to release that. And
Oof. I
honestly,
don't know.
would you be okay, like as a guy who's you've done a lot in the business and such too? Would you ever have any of your works? Like, I mean, if you have a say, yes or no into it, would you
Yeah.
be okay with doing a ghost launch for anything? Like it's just like the
I
day
mean,
next
I'm
day.
just hearing Ghost launch now for the first time ever, so
Oh, really? Oh.
I'm not a marketer.
Uh,
Um, Man, no, I like the regular. I like it getting it out into the geek verse. So at least the
yes.
geeks are like, oh yeah, it's coming. I just recently heard that Aztec Batman might be on HBO Max like November 7th. Now, last I heard was December 2, but that was after I heard September 19th. So I don't believe any of that either.
No wonder
But
the dates that got you messed up. You're like, I have no idea when my own work's coming out anymore.
yeah, I have no idea. I mean, it's not like they got to tell the writer. It's like, going to release it in theatrical in Mexico.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, it's what?
Kind of, am I invited? Like, hold
I
on
would
here.
see, I would see stuff. I see like people are taping it and scenes. I'm like, that looks like our movie. Boy, this got ripped off from the editing room, huh? It's like, no, it's in Mexican theaters. I'm like, what?
Yeah, you're like, what is going? Since when? Oh, about 2 months
Uh,
ago. What?
yeah.
Like, this is the PSA to everybody out there. Include your writers in the shit, please. Please
Uh,
include them. Like, let them know.
uh,
Let them. Yeah,
I'm just
you're like you're.
just hire me
Yeah,
to write it.
you know what? Fair enough. Hire
Yeah.
me, but also pay me. That's also
Yeah.
a thing.
Yes, that would be
Yes,
good.
yes. Oh man, I can't. Yeah, we don't. That's amazing. I still have to watch it for one. I do gotta admit, I still gotta watch that one. But whenever the date comes to HBO Max, I will catch it.
I mean, it might be in 2 days. So then you won't have to pay. I mean,
Uh,
it was on 1995 on Amazon and Hulu, and now it's you can rent it, I know, on Amazon for $6.
yeah, Amazon. I got yeah.
And then and other places, all the other places you can rent it. I'm sure you can rent it.
Yes.
So it should be $6 or $7 or whatever it is. But now it might just be on HBO Max, and
Uh,
it probably will be both Spanish and English versions. There
that
are
would be
two
good.
with different casts. They still
Oh,
don't have that. They still don't really have that in the I mean, I haven't checked recently, but in like IMDb, they're gonna have to do two. They're gonna have to do Aztec Batman because there's
mm,
an English speaking Mexican cast
okay.
that they're speaking English, right?
Mm,
Still culturally correct. Then there's the Spanish version, and that one's like really correct. Like all the Indian parts are
mm,
actual Indians. So the Aztecian parts are Indian, and it's almost exclusively a different cast. I think the only well, one of the few people who is the same. He plays Moctezuma in both Spanish and English versions. Is,
oh,
and you might know this name, Jorge Gutierrez,
oh, why does that sound familiar?
who is the animator of Book of Life.
Really?
He's the director, inventor of Book of Life, and he does a lot of things. I mean, like,
Wow.
he's in a bunch of different things.
Wow. Yeah,
Oh,
that's
Maya and the Three. Yeah, several other projects. So
yeah.
really, really cool stuff.
Good stuff, my man. Good stuff. It always feels like you're working, Ernie. Like I think we talked about it last time too. It always feels like you always, which is good, but it always
Yeah,
feels like you're always got something. Like, do you ever, what is the decompression time for you as a writer, do you think? Like, what is,
there's plenty. There's plenty when you don't have a job. Those that's the
fuck?
decompression job. That's a decompression time. Only
Yeah.
there's still that pressure of I got to get another job. But
Yeah.
as a writer, you should always be working on your own stuff anyway. Like when you don't have a
Mm,
job, don't go dark and go, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Yeah, and I've done this too. But that gets you nowhere. You might as well hunker down and write that novel, write that whatever, like if I was young, I would do whatever, write that vertical, write that book in parts for that website, and
yeah.
make you can put it together at the end or animate your own project and start your own channel, YouTube channel or podcast or whatever the heck,
Yep.
do all those things that I'm too old to do.
Yeah.
But I just like write or develop a new project, either with I might do it with a friend or I will just do it myself and start fleshing out a new idea of like you know what, this sounds really interesting to me.
Yeah.
Let me do some stuff. You can always write a horror script. You
Oh
never know
yeah.
where it'll go. So there's always going to be a demand for a low budget horror script.
There
So
is, there is. I got
you
paid a little bit.
you can do
I did a
that.
Ghostbuster one once because they're back when the first the Ghostbusters remakes were, or not
Right.
remakes, but the continuations were coming out. Our media company was, hey, would you guys make a Ghostbusters tie-in promo for like a short Instagram reel slash anything else like that? I'm like,
There you go.
sure. And we had to write it, and you get a call about that, like, hey, it's not a feature thing, but are you okay writing a short? Yes.
It's better to always do something than nothing. Okay, so no
Exactly.
matter what it is, you're like, no, I'm only gonna be working on features. Nah, screw that. Because you might meet someone on the short or whatever that you'll will end up being a huge partner, or they'll get a big job and they'll remember you from that
Yeah.
and they might bring you on. So it's even if it's not perfect, if you get a chance to direct or write and they go, no, you got to do it. You got to execute it like we want you to execute it. Don't be like, no, that won't show my vision or something. It's much better to have a credit and to work with a bunch of people, show that you can work with them than uh not doing anything
Oh
because
yeah.
you're not making your resume bigger. You're not making your circle of acquaintances bigger, and that'll get you.
Exactly. Exact. Like The old Comic Chronicle podcast that got me hired on as a comic book writer. I wasn't actively searching to be a comic book writer, and then but I put a few good ideas out there, and this producer reached out and was like, "Hey, we like your ideas and what you want to do. Can you give us like six original ideas for different series?" Sure. And so then you get out from there on. It did a whole thing for SGGS, but you never know what it's going to be for that. And I did even on the spare time thing when I was younger, even in like for everyone listening, because I got some younger people who listen, despite them calling me old all the time. But the you're like, damn it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Apparently, I got told I was old because I used to go to Hollywood Video when I was a kid. So that kind of stuff. I'm like, what? But I did when I was in high school to practice writing, and I shipped it around a few different places. I did a fan script for DC. It was a Metropolis PD one, so it was like Gotham Central. But what would happen if you took Gotham Central and put it in Metropolis, dealing with like that sort of world? And people enjoyed it a lot, and that kind of inspired a police comic book I wrote for the company as well. So because I took ideas from that and put it in there for it, and people love it. So yeah, it's true. It's you keep going and doing it. I think like us as writers, because I don't do that much right now. I write stuff for education, to be honest, as most of my writing is like writing down like stuff to teach and planning and stuff like that. That's where I transferred it to currently for the moment. And then college. But the I think we're just always writing. I think as writers, that's a big thing. Like you're just always writing and you're always working on something, no matter what. Even if it's for the money, like your brain is either doing it, but why keep it in your brain? Put it down on a piece of paper or put it in your computer in a Google Drive for later.
Yeah.
You know?
Good idea.
Yeah. So I try. I try. Some people listen, some people don't on it. Some people don't. But so what has it been like for you for the comic book world itself though right now? I've been kind of curious on that because of course we've talked about before, you've done movie stuff, you've done D stuff for DC and all that shit. But like for comic books itself right now, I mean, you're on issue three, you said.
Oh, two.
Uh,
Well, yes, but I'm writing three.
you're writing three. You are writing three
Yeah.
and at a four. And we're gonna
Yep.
have a bunch of extras later on. But like, have you started looking at the future for the comic book world for you of like Kickstarters or maybe
Yeah.
putting stuff out there?
Well, you know what? I guess just proving my own thing, um, or what I just said was doing this has kind of enabled me to get the eye of other indie comic book publishing
Mm,
companies. So I can't say anything yet, but hopefully I will be able to announce that I'm writing a graphic novel for one of those off an original idea
well,
of
perfect.
mine. So that would be really fun. But also just kind of like I'd written a couple things like what I think are I don't know if I wouldn't call them fake comics, but not real comics of like, where it's a comic book tie-in off of a show and they're done very
Oh,
simply, this like Super Friends or something like that.
yeah, yeah.
One, I did one like a story for Nico, sort of like. Then I did actually do one story for Future State,
Uh-huh.
in the DC, but it was just a 10 pager. And I tried to do a couple more and they went into inventory because the editors that I was working with, they moved to different positions and the new person always had favorite writers that they were going to go with, right?
Yeah.
So this was basically mine. I'm going to stop waiting around for someone to give me this opportunity. And I'm going to just start writing a comic book. And I'm going to take one of the projects that I've wanted to get out there forever and no one wants to do for me.
Mm.
And I'm gonna give it life. So it was like a twofer, right? It was kind of a twofer to do this. And it's hard. Everybody told me, "Oh, you're getting it in at the worst time. Oh my God, there's like tariffs and this and
Yeah.
that." And yeah, it's like pretty hard to get the eyes of someone, even with a track record.
Yeah.
Um, but it's not impossible. And now I'm doing the project, but the process for a second time. Once I've done it for four times, I'll know exactly what I can and cannot do. And there might be a way to even do it cheaper just to get it out there. And you're hoping for a lightning strike, but I can do this while I gather inventory.
Hmm.
and we'll have our own site, and we'll have like some ancillary stuff like shirts or hats, which we've always wanted to
Cool.
make off this project. And is that going to like lead to untold success? No, but I really like this project, and now it will exist. It'll be like a going thing. Josh has an idea. We're going to probably do these four, put it together into a graphic novel slash trade paperback, and then we're going to do one of his ideas. Do a
Hmm.
20 or a 30 page comic, something like that. Um, and see how we do with that. And then if we go back, we'll do another 2 episode arc or something, 3 episode arc on this, and then another one. We want to have more titles, more different books for our little company that's between us right now. So I can always have this outlet of doing a comic, which is really fun between hopefully jobs that I'm getting. So I like it as a like something to do that's very creative, and I really have a lot of fun doing. I mean,
Absolutely.
putting in putting in the other stuff, it's an odd process, this one, because I put in basically what happens in the front, and when Josh sketches a bunch of stuff, I'll see like stuff in the background, and I'm like, what's that? And he's like, oh, that's like this plant alien. And I'm like, okay, that's good. I've got to think some plant alien dialogue as he's talking with his friend walking behind them. Like, what are they
Mm.
talking about? Right.
Shivers of leaves. That's all you hear.
Yeah,
Like it's
yeah,
like that.
just like, oh, the fertilizer on that whatever that moss was terrible in the commissary.
Yeah.
Just things like that. I don't know, they tickle me to figure those out. And then I, go back to him and I'm like, you know what? We need like even more people in the back, and they're around something. There's been a workplace accident. And he's like, oh God, I love it. Let's go. Workplace accident in Area 51 involving
What
aliens.
can that be
Yeah.
for you? You're just like
I
all the
don't, you know
doors
what?
open.
That could be anything, and it can be hilarious,
Oh.
which is what I love. So that so I'm showing stuff like those preview pages that people are like, oh, well, I've already seen those pages. It's like, no, you haven't. You haven't seen all the stuff that's in the
Mm-mm.
background now. You don't know about that
There's
dialogue,
been so much
right?
has been added. Like
Yeah,
I have
so
no.
much has been added that you're gonna get like those are 50% new pages for you, and then you haven't seen all the other ones. And they're just getting bigger. I mean,
Yeah.
this one's going to be 23 pages,
Oh shit.
another fake ad, and then another like 8 pages of extra stuff, like processy stuff that I did in the
Mm.
first one, where it's like a page of the novella and then a page of his sketches, and
Mhm.
then and basically we use that as a preview for the next issue,
Oh.
right?
Okay.
So if you looked at that issue
Okay.
that you had in your hand, right? Look
Mm.
toward the back where it's like that process. Look at the back couple of pages where you see like there's some novella and then there's
Yes.
some sketches.
Yes. The sketches part I enjoyed
Yeah, like that.
very
See?
heavily.
So
Yes.
those are actually the preview pages that you can see right now on the site for two.
Oh.
That is the first 2 pages of issue number 2 are those done pages.
Oh, this is
See? So when
amazing.
we have for issue 2, you're going to get 2 more like process. You can see here's how it was in the novella. I didn't even show in that one. We didn't have enough room. Here's how it is at a comic book script page, and then here are the sketches. And then by the time issue number three's landing page slash
Mhm.
pre-launch page comes around, they're going to be like 2 or 3 preview pages,
Oh.
right? But again, those preview pages, we've added stuff in the background, and he continues like making the drawings better. So it's kind of hilarious
Er,
that this really long drawn out process of it isn't done until basically
It's
uh
it's done. Like
the
it's
the
to the last
campaign
thing.
ends and we put in the draw me ins.
Oh.
And when it goes to the printer, it's done. But seriously, not even then, because when we do when we do the, what do you call it, the graphic novel, we're
Mhm.
going to go back into those main files and have to jam it all together. And we're hoping it's going to be about 100 pages of story and then
Yes.
another 30 pages of all process and all the other weird stuff that we have in there.
Ernie, I'm gonna call you out and say you said you don't know anything about marketing. We were talking about stuff before. You're a genius with this.
I,
You and
I
Josh are doing
you know,
great
it
work with
hasn't, it
this.
hasn't. I mean, if we just need to get there a bit more, so like more people follow the project, I think.
Yeah.
But I'd love to get 100, and I'm like, we're at 56. I don't think we're gonna make it.
Oh, trust
You
me,
know?
I have yet to do back it up yet because I've been out of town, which is why the Zoom link didn't even go through. I'm like, what the hell?
Well,
But so just wait.
now you've got a discount link,
Yes,
man.
that is
So
true. That's true. I am torn. Do I want to give you the money though? So make sure you
no,
guys get
that's
paid.
hey, you can,
I do. I have to admit something full on about issue one because we were talking about like that stuff that Josh will draw, and then you got to create something for it. I full on was dying laughing in the spot where you had that gumball machine on wheels and it broke, and the guy's
that's
like, "Are those sentient?" And you got to get them
yeah.
all up.
Yes.
I was
Well,
dying.
Josh actually came up with the name. If we both laugh at something the other says, it's in pretty much.
Yes,
And he was like,
love it.
"What about if these got?" Because I actually wrote that in. I'm like, two
Oh,
aliens
genius.
struggle with what looks to be a bingo machine in the background. Then they drop it, and there's musical tones and stuff like that.
Yes.
And he goes, their boss should come in. He put him on that hover platter, right? And he goes, you too, move the Robingo bot 9,000. And that the Robingo bot 9,000 made me laugh like so hard because it's such a stupid name. It's like a Futurama name or
Yes.
something,
Yeah, oh,
right?
yeah, it
Like a Simpsons name. And
is.
I'm like, oh, that is freaking sweet. And then it's them talking about like you got to move stages, and I'm like, this is an outrage. And then behind him you see him like, whoa. Like it's totally stuff that
Oh,
happens on set. You're just
it
like
is.
talking with someone, and you're like, look, I don't know if we're gonna make the next day. We're so late, and all of a sudden you'll hear
Yes.
smash, and you're like, what just happened now?
Mm-hmm.
Like so.
Oh, you got me good.
Yeah.
Oh, I was dying. It's so true. I was dying. I'm glad you guys got that, put it in there. As I'm reading it for the first time, I was almost spit out my coffee because I like to read coffee note. I'm like, just like dying. My cat's looking at me like, Father, what is going on with you? And I'm like, I'm doing about it.
I mean, and that is one of the things that Josh and I are like really pleased about is that we got like 70% of our people are people that got number one,
Oh,
right? So we've kept a lot of that audience, but also a bunch of people now have read it and they're like, you know what? This is a tough thing that you guys pulled off, that it's actually a laugh out loud comic book.
yeah.
That's not like a Bugs Bunny comic book. It's like 30 Rock or
Oh,
something.
yeah.
You,
Yeah,
you,
yeah,
you
yeah.
know, it's that.
It's like what adult cartoons used to be, but in comic book form. And I really will definitely give it that. Like it's because it's got adult humor in it because there's stuff in there and kids can read it too and still be like, well, this is pretty hilarious. And then they still get it.
Yeah.
But then there's also like the good amount of I have to see dad jokes in it, and then there's a good amount of just humor, just straight humor that you've missed in comic books. Because I mean, a few of my read at least there's a few laughs, but there's so much like just high stakes and whatnot too. It's just so refreshing to get just these laughs, Ernie. It's so you and Josh, and that by the way is the perfect thing to do is to be like if you both laugh on it, put it in the book. That's
Yeah, that's
perfect.
our
That's
that's our
awesome.
thing. Like if someone says,
Well, well, Ernie, we got you.
or read a comic book that I laughed out loud more than once, like a half dozen times. I mean, maybe Fables by Willingham or. Yeah, Willingham,
Oh,
Josh Willingham.
yeah, yeah.
Some of those stories. I mean, it might not have been him writing it or hilarious, but it's hard to do. It's hard to write a book and have people laugh out loud. It's easier to get them to cry in prose than it is to get them to laugh.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Oh yeah.
I
Especially
would
in comic
say
book form too, because the comic books aren't really the thing that you're supposed to be I mean, maybe old school
comic books, I
ones.
think it's harder to get people to cry than laugh because you can have a
Oh.
great visual joke, but it's
Mm.
really hard to get someone to cry. I don't know if I ever cried over a comic.
I
Like someone's death or something. It would have like, maybe the death of Supergirl or something like if you were the right age and you read it,
yeah.
you'd be like, oh my God, or Tara dying in Judas Contract could be something. And
I've
Batman
cried over
getting his
like Beauty of Superman when like
back
people like
broken.
band together. I've cried in that. I'm like I shed a tear. I'm like this is beautiful.
Huh?
Maybe it's because of like
Oh, like
beauty.
tear up. Yeah, that's something.
I think like full on like cried though a little. I think the only one I've ever done it in is a book where they tried making an HBO adaptation recently, and it was DMZ. If you've ever heard of that one,
DMZ. The
yeah.
DMZ, oh, with it's an army, it's an army picture, right? A war picture.
Yeah, it's a comic book, so it's basically like New York City in the Civil War in America in present day time
Oh,
becomes like a
you know what?
DMZ.
I haven't read it. That sounds like an interesting idea.
Is a
Wow.
very
Made you cry? So
yeah,
that's
it did.
holy crap.
It did because there was one scene. There was actually a couple of scenes in there. There was a character's death that did make me cry a little. I'm like, oh, like it really. But this is like volume 7 or 8, by the way, too,
Yeah.
when this is
It's
going
tough.
on.
Yeah, you got to know those characters. I'm
Very.
talking like Old Yeller,
Oh,
sobbing, crying, like that. It's
yeah.
really tough. You need the music, you need the
Yeah.
visual image and stuff. So
Hmm.
for someone to just do it while they're sitting alone with your comic book, uh, that would be amazing. But I'll settle for the laughs. I'll
Yes,
I'll,
yeah.
I'll settle for getting someone to spit coffee out of their mouth to be able to spit the
It is true. It is true. I mean, like this, that was a memorable moment that day. I texted my friend. I'm like, I have a book for you to read. I'm giving it to you tomorrow. I'm like, hey, you need to read this book. And he's like, what? I'm like, don't ask me any questions. I will spoil it. I can't do that. Just take it. Just take it and read it. And he
I
loved it.
want these people should be at least following the project, or following
Yeah,
me. Come on. I'm not seeing it.
it's true.
Like
It's true. I
get
got to
the
get people to still follow more. It's funny because you would think people that I'm friends with would be like all over social media and stuff. Most of them are scientists or working in the zoo field these days that aren't directly connected in. So they're like, I'll give it a follow. I'm like, you better like it's like, come on now. Like this is Jen Goodall. You better like follow her. You follow her, you can follow Ernie in the book. Damn it.
I would hope
There.
I would be honored. I would be honored if you're scientists and zoo people. What are you doing at the zoo?
Oh, good question. That is education, actually. So I'm doing education work these days. I'm doing tours, working exhibits, making sure the animals are safe, like this petting section for stingrays, monkey village where people walk into a monkey habitat for squirrel monkeys, able to see them. So I talk about them, keep the people safe too. That's the thing. And then
Yeah.
make sure the animals are safe as well. But then like talk all about biology, behavior, and then I drive a train now and do tours as well. Also on
The
personal
little
tours and want
train.
yeah, being an ex-zookeeper works. It works out entirely because they're like, hey, you know this stuff, and you worked with rhinos and crocodiles, alligator, like you're fine. And I'm like, all right. So I do all the just transfer to education work at the zoo now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, so I hope I'm not going to hear like
No.
a young man named Dakota Morgan was mauled by spider monkeys when he was tempting them with a treat.
If I survived a crocodile one-on-one in those battles, my good man, I think I'm
Wow.
fine. Because they're like, what'd you go in there with your into the exhibits? I'm like, well, he was around 16 feet, and I went in there with a stick. And I'm like, what?
Oh,
I'm like, that's all you need is a stick. And there you
that
go.
doesn't sound like enough. I would not do that. But, hey, you do you.
That's fair. Well, tell
Yeah.
Josh that he's if whenever he comes to places, he'll send me an email and he can
Yeah.
get into these places and I'll give him behind the scenes tours and whatnot because he lives in
Oh my
Arizona.
God. Oh, well, he does in
Hmm.
Tucson.
Oh, Tucson. Oh, it's a couple drive drive, but he can
Uh,
come up for free stuff at the Phoenix Zoo and a few other places.
well, I believe he goes to that Phoenix, Comic-Con.
Yes, yes, he does.
Or is it Tempe? He goes to a couple different ones in Arizona. There's some good
Yeah.
ones, I guess.
There is some good ones. There's the main one. It's like Fan
Or
Fusion now, I
yeah,
think.
FanFusion we
Yeah,
went
yeah.
to last year. I think he gets a table there.
Oh, I gotta
So
see.
you
I
might
just
be able to get a signed copy of Area 51.
yes.
Yeah.
To
Or
everyone listening, man. All right. Well, we're coming near the end here because I don't want to take too much of your time here, good man.
oh,
Um,
thank you.
Promotion wise, this is where you're like a girl in the 90s on a New York corner. Sell away, my good man. Like, what do we got here? Like, where can people find Area 51
Well, as
Studios and all
I
that?
oh yeah, yeah. Well, you know what? Use the discount links, but I'll give you the main site. If those go off, um, uh, uh, here's the shortened version. That'll
Perfect.
take you there. It's area51comic.com/KS for Kickstarter. And that should always, area51comic.com takes you to our site, Josh and myself's site. And there'll always be information there between Kickstarters or whatever. And also, okay, so my name's Ernie Altbacker. I'm the only Ernie Altbacker in America. So you can follow me at Ernie Altbacker on Facebook, on X, on LinkedIn, and on Instagram. That's all I'm
Perfect.
on. I'm not going to be dancing on TikTok, not doing a Twitch stream. Sorry. Too old.
You know, I
Yeah.
was expecting the Ernie Altbacker twerking here very soon.
Oof.
Disappointed.
Maybe. I don't know. It's like I'm hoping that if some of these comics that we make get taken over by some companies like Boom or this or
Oh.
that, the other thing, right? That they'll go, we got all that, but we just need you in once a week to do a bunch of content. So here now dance. I'll do that. I just don't want to have to do that and film it and then put it up and stuff. But I will talk and whatever if somebody else is doing it, but it's all I can do to get content on for those four sites, and two of them I sadly neglect, Instagram and LinkedIn.
No.
I mean I do them like twice a week. The Facebook and X are the ones that if there's any other news about a project that I've done,
Hmm.
it goes on those two basically.
Yeah.
So I'm happy if you have other questions about anything in my IMDb. Happy to take questions. Might take a couple days because if you're not in the network, you know how you got to go look
Yeah.
for other messages and stuff. So sometimes I don't do that for 3 months or so, and I'm like, oh man, this person had a question.
Whoops.
So I forget. But there's got to be one way to whatever put something on my feed. You can always ask me the
They
question.
comment something on a post or something
Yeah,
there.
like
Yeah.
comment on a post or whatever, and or just say, "Oh yeah, I friended you,"
Yes.
and then I'll refriend you back, and there you go.
Perfect.
Um,
Oh,
yeah.
before I forget though, as we're at the end, we got all that out and people again use the discount code and all that. Congratulations on the movie that we talked about, by the way. I saw a few posts about that. Speaking of social media that was out there, you had a little bit of fun time with a certain movie that we talked about last time.
Oh, is this the two bumbling private detectives?
Yes, I
It is
saw.
a live action movie that we shot in Hungary, extremely low budget action comedy. So it's two bumbling private detectives, and the title is Dicks with
Yes.
a spot of blood for the eye.
Yeah.
So
To make it marketable, so marketing doesn't get mad.
yes, so I think that's going to actually. So it won Kevin Smith's Smodcastle
It did.
Film Fest in August as far as best feature comedy. They give a best feature comedy, best feature drama. So we basically won the New Jersey Golden Globe for comedy feature. And I hear that it is coming out in Hungary, in both
Is it?
English and Hungarian, which
Oh,
is weird. So it's been dubbed into Hungarian. I'd actually love to hear that. We shot it in English. They all spoke English. Um,
I would just love to listen to Hungarian language in general because it's not a language you hear too often, but like it just sounds kind of soothing to think about it.
now you hear it a lot more because they shoot so much over there. They have
Uh,
like a great tax return or whatever you call it.
oh, well, yeah, the film tax thing, majigger. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, they shoot a ton of stuff there. All of those,
Cool.
any kind of spy movie or whatever, where they're like, "Oh, it's in East Germany." That's in Hungary. They're
Oh,
shooting in Budapest, 100%. Nobody shoots in Germany. Germany's expensive,
oh yeah.
right?
It looks
And then
expensive.
and Serbia and Croatia, they look a little more Serbian and Croatian. They got this like flair, you know?
Mm.
Um, Whereas Hungary does can look like anything. It can look like Vienna, like the streets, right? So if you're they shoot Budapest for a lot of Hungarian cities.
Oh, okay. Wow. All right, I didn't know that. Interesting. That's kind of
Oh
cool.
man. I mean, like Halo is shot over there in the volume, right? So they
Oh,
also have a bunch of visual effects. Dune, the fighting
oh,
teams are from there. They're fighting in
interesting.
front of this green screen. What else? I mean, it's all stuff like what's the thing that Krasinski was in? The
That's tough to say, Ernie.
Ryan. Yeah, sorry. Ryan, whatever, Jack Ryan. Like
Oh,
that's
yeah, yeah, yeah.
there. Spy was there.
Oh,
Just like anything about Cold War and whatever,
yeah.
it's all there. Like
Cool.
they
Wow.
shoot so many like films and shows over there. Alien, Alien 4. I mean, this is all in the sound
Uh,
stages and stuff. No,
but still.
Alien Romulus was there.
Oh,
I think they shot a lot of Alien Earth there.
that makes sense.
So yeah, it's whatever. I really like it. It is like the Wild West of filmmaking over there.
Yeah, we
They are
talked heavily about that last
yeah,
time,
they
and
are just like up for it.
I
So
kind of, it kind of really wants me to make me visit. I'm like, hey, what can I like? All right, my
oh,
buddies who are going over there. Anybody, I'll reach out. I'll be like, hey, anybody going? I'll go with it. Plus one.
Hungary is fantastic. Budapest is a great place to spend time in.
Mm,
But try and do it in the summer or the spring, or even the fall. Winter
mhm.
gets a little cold, but even then, it is really fun. Lot of fun stuff to do.
Interesting.
Just a lot of history, a lot of great things to see.
Yeah.
Food, amazing. Yeah.
Interesting. I'm trying to take a little mini vacation in between semesters because I'm in school for astronomy at the moment. So I'm like, what can I do? And that sounds like one where I'd be interested to go over to that one, especially for the history, because I'm a history guy. I like that shit. I like
Well,
it all.
you should do like a quick Eurailing circle around. I mean, Prague is
Oh shit.
within a four
Yeah.
hour. Uh, Vienna is like 2.5 hours. Then you go a
Oh.
little bit further down. Salzburg is amazing. Munich is
Mhm.
amazing. I mean, there's like you could see a lot in 10 days if you had it.
Real. I mean, that's all I need is 10 days. That's fine. I gotta
Yeah.
come back and earn a paycheck. I gotta.
Sleep on the train.
Oh,
Have
sounds
fun.
You know what? If I bring a partner with me, it'll be like the Bryan Cranston train incident that he talks about on videos. You never know. If you ever get curious about that one, him and his wife had a thing, and he's like, he tried like having this intimate time with her on the train in between a
Oh,
tunnel. And he tells the story better, but like, and they thought, oh, we could get away with it because we're in the tunnel and it's dark, right? Because we're on this long train than in Europe.
yeah.
And then all of a sudden, the tunnel wasn't as long as they thought. And then, like, all of a sudden, the sunlight comes in, and one of the workers is like, hello, oh, goodbye. Like that sort of thing.
Oh man.
Like,
Yeah.
oh,
No,
oh. You know
yeah.
what? We say poor worker, but that worker saw Bryan Cranston in the most intimate, personal way possible. And it's probably told all his friends, like, hey, you wouldn't believe what just happened here on my train.
Yeah. It would be like, Breaking Bad, I'm a huge fan. Please get out.
Oh, that would be terrible. Oh, that's true. That is true. I didn't think about that. That would be
Yeah.
horrible.
I will
Horrible.
say your name, Bryan Cranston.
Now get out. I thought it would be really. I'm just true. The person probably would be like that. 100%.
Uh,
Oh man. Well, Ernie, thank you, good
uh,
man. It's a pleasure as always to talk to you on the show. Like any issue that comes out, you're welcome to come back on. I love just being able to talk to you about it.
all
Um,
right, sounds good. February. February,
February.
come back for number three after you've
Yes.
read number two.
Yep.
Telling you, I'm really excited about number two. There's like so much we're learning how to do it. This is both of our second comic, Josh and I, and so we're just packing the background stuff into frames, and some of them are
Oh.
just like a work of art, and there's so much going on you wouldn't believe it. It's like so fun.
Mm.
So yeah, I'm gonna be like really psyched for people to see this one. And as I'm writing number three, I'm like, number three is gonna be even better. Like, how am I gonna bring this home? Like, and then
Oh.
number four, I'm like, oh crap, I gotta make that better right now.
Yeah, you're like,
But
oh,
right
it's
now, all I
ending.
need is one, two, three. I'll
Mm.
worry about four. That's even out of the frame. See, I'll
That's
worry about
future
that.
Ernie's problem. And
Yeah,
it
that's
sucks to be
future
future
Ernie.
Ernie.
I mean, like I know the ending's big. I know the ending's big. I just got to get to it in a an earned way so that the
Mm.
story really all holds together for everybody.
I like it. I like it a lot. Well, thank you,
Yeah.
good man. Thank you. I'll let you get going. But again, thank you for coming on. I will send you this. I'll talk to you via email too whenever you like this episode out as well.
Yeah. Sounds good. You know the deal.
Yeah.
Old people is freaking attach us or make me a collaborator so I can easily just click one button and it goes on my stuff.
Yep.
That's what I need. That's what I need from you.
It is true. It is true. I will make
Uh,
sure we do that for you. Good
all
man.
right. Okay, cool. All
All
right,
right.
thanks a lot, man, and have a good one.
You too, Ernie. Thank you, boss.
All right, bye.